My name is Lucian Ciolan. I'm coming from Romania. I work in the University of Bucharest, as you can see, and I am the Dean of Faculty of Psychology and Educational Science. So my presentation, it is related in a way to the first presentation we have heard yesterday, because it envisages a little bit the policy level. Okay, first, structures versus processes. And I have a small cartoon here. It is a discussion between, let's say, two persons. One is saying that I need to talk to you about process improvement. And the answer is, if you want to talk about process improvement, first you have to fill in this impromptu conversation proposal. So this is talking a little bit how we make things bureaucratic, inventing forms to be filled in, instead of taking care about the quality of the process. We are struggling for a few years in Romania, in Poland, in Hungary, all over the Central and Eastern Europe, to introduce school evaluation systems. And we spend a lot of time in conferences, in workshops, talking about how to do the evaluation, who is in charge with evaluation. But I believe that the fact that it doesn't really work yet, the whole evaluation system, it is the fact that we avoided the most important question. We are not clear why do we have to do it. Any measure of educational reform, it is supposed to address and to solve a specific problem. And the question is, what is the problem that we want to solve with the school evaluation? There is a very well-known quote from Einstein, who said that if I would have an hour to save the world, I would spend 55 minutes analyzing the problem and only 5 minutes in finding the solution. When it comes about school evaluation, we keep looking for solutions on how to do it, but we are not sure what is the problem that we want to solve, because we didn't really pay attention in analyzing what is the current situation and what are the problems of the schools. And this is why we produce solutions ignoring the problem. And of course, that meant most of the time we fail. Because majority of educational reforms, they fail not because of the wrong solutions to the problem, but because of the wrong understanding of the problem. When you are not sure about what is the problem, what you do, it is that you focus on conditions. And our belief, our naive belief, I would say, if we change the conditions, then the quality of the processes will change as well. The problem that we would like to solve is the quality of the learning process at student level, right? And instead of focusing on the inner learning process, we are focusing on frameworks. National frameworks, European frameworks. I'm not saying frameworks are not important. I'm just saying that it is not direct impact or relationship between the framework and the quality of the process. We have this myth, if you want, this uncontested truth of educational reforms. We change curriculum and evaluation and then everything will be okay. And then we reached the level in which we don't teach for learning, but we teach for testing. In Romania, students are not learning for development. They are learning to get high scores in the tests and to get a place in a good university. Schools are not changing for development, but they change to meet the requirements. In Poland, you have a number of requirements that everyone is discussing now. I don't remember how many requirements do you have? 17. We have 43. So it could be worse, believe me. The problem that I would like to address here, it is that we are still focusing our educational change on the wrong principle. We focused for almost 22 years on structures. We neglected the process. And I'm not saying that we fail. Maybe it is too tough. But we didn't make the progress we wanted to make. What do? We wait 40 years to go to realize that the focus of the reform, it is not appropriate? Again, my message is that we should focus first of all on the learning process and on our concept of what learning means. And then, only afterwards, focus on what conditions we have to create for this learning process. So, Basic question, why do we do evaluation? The quality of the evaluation, of the school evaluation processes in our countries, it is not very high because of a very simple reason. And yesterday, the professor who had the first speech mentioned that this is no demand for evaluation. This is why evaluation is not good. Finally, evaluation is a product, it's a report, as it was said by my colleague earlier. Is there a demand? Is somebody eager to take that report and do something with it? And finally, few general recommendations, I would say. The first, it is not to focus only on the structural elements, but to look to the inner processes. It is not enough, if we want to learn something here, to have a nice room with good facilities. We need more than that. We need challenge, we need to be interested, we need to be motivated, so we need to be emotionally involved. If we don't see what is the benefit for ourselves, we don't get involved. So, if we manage to orient the whole process towards learning and development, we will not reach the level to create the evaluation culture that we are looking for. And the evaluation will remain something which is done to us, not with us.